Okay, so today we're going to take it back a couple of decades to the early 2000s. The beats back then were a lot simpler, and we're going to do like a simple type of beat today, sort of like a Sierra meets Jazzy Faye. If you haven't heard beats in the early 2000s, you probably should take a look. They're sort of simple but addictive at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and slow down the tempo to 105 beats per minute. And I'm going to start off with like just a lead sound. And usually the sounds from that type of music were like simple type of leads. So we're just going to go to synthesizer lead here and see what we can get. All right, I think I like that right there. So let's go ahead and all right, let's just put down something here. All right, might have messed it up at the end there, but let's see what we got here. Let's just take out some of these effects. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Try and get like a cleaner type of sound. All right, we'll leave it something like that. We'll just bring in EQ at the end of it all. Let's go to EQ, channel EQ, and we're going to take out some of this low end here. All right, next let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track. And I think I'm just going to use the drum kits that come with Logic. So I'm going to go to electronic drum kit and let's see what the 808 flex gives us here. All right, I think this one can work, just a simple beat. Let's go ahead and record that in. All right, let's go and quantize that up. All right, let's go ahead and add in some hi-hats. Let's go ahead and quantize that up as well. All right, so we got a basic drum pattern down. We got to add in a couple more things. Let's see. Not sure if I like that shaker. All right, maybe we'll just bring in another drum kit here. Let's create a new software instrument track. Let's bring in the Atlanta drum kit. That sort of sounds like a Jazzy Faye type of shaker. Can you go ahead and use that? So I'm going to quantize that up. All right. Ooh. You can actually use that to layer up the kick. Give it that roomy vibe. Quantize that up. We can bring in a crash over there. Not as long as I'd like it to be, but for now it's okay. All right, let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track. We're bringing like a top lead. A lot of the music in the early 2000s, there's like a sine wave that's really high pitched. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Let's just bring in Logic's ES2 synthesizer. We're gonna go over to a sine wave, make it 100% to the sine, and see what we can come up with here. Do something simple like that once again. All right, let's go ahead and quantize that. Once again, very simple stuff here. All right, so we're gonna just soften this up a bit. We're gonna bring up the attack here. Let's see if we pull up the glide. All right, maybe we'll bring in some chorus to soften it up. I'm gonna take out a lot of the low end. And I'll take out a little bit of the top end as well. Kind of want it in the background. And I'm gonna go and bring in a plugin here. Let's bring in Denise Audio here. We'll go to Perfect Room. Just add a little bit of reverb here. Just gives a little bit of space there. I think our top note's getting cut off a bit here. I'm gonna bring this down. All right, so on our kick, it's not fat enough. So we're gonna go to our kick. Let's just separate this by note pitch. I think it's the first kick we used anyways, but we'll go to separate by note pitch. And on our kick right here, we're gonna fatten this up. Denise Audio recently came out with a new plugin as well. I love their stuff. They came out with, what was it called? Sub generator. So it's like a subtone underneath a sound to make things sound fatter. Now our song key is in F minor, so I'm just gonna go to our frequency and see how it fattens it up by adding a sub underneath it. But I'm gonna tune it to our song key, which is F minor, and the root note is F. Maybe we could bring it to F1. That's too loud. So a lot of times in the early 2000s, there wasn't really like a bass 808 like you hear today. It sort of was just hitting on the root note at every kick. So this will help you out with that. Maybe we'll increase the fall, the release. I'm gonna bring up the drive a bit. I'm gonna bring down the mix a bit as well. So now our kick is nice and fat and has like a subtone underneath it hitting at the root note. So there it is without it. And here's with it. It's nice and full now. Just gonna add in EQ afterwards just to clean out the bottom end stuff. Anything under around 30 hertz. Just to clean it up. Or 40. All right, perfect. Just gonna layer up our kick as well. Let's just get our kick going. And where was the separate by no pitch? In this kick boom here. So I'll add EQ and take out the bottom end. So that they don't overlap there. Maybe on our clap, we can add in some noise as well. So once again, a lot of times in the early 2000s, they used a lot of noise to layer up sounds to make it fuller. And I'm gonna use another plugin by Denise Audio. Go to Noise 2. Let's bring up the mix so we hear what's going on. And I think I'm just gonna use that white noise as the background. The violet's not bad too. All right, let's use the blue here. We're just gonna pull it down so it's not so long. Actually, we'll leave it higher pitched here, not so cut off. We'll bring down the mix a bit. Just adds another layer to our clap. Makes it fuller. And for our hi-hat, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it brighter. And maybe we'll add in the noise too as well. Let's see what we're gonna add here though. I want a bright sound. All right, that's good. Just fills that up a bit. Maybe bring this down a bit, make it quicker. I don't know if I like that shaker. Let's see this one. All right, I think this one's better. Let's try this again, but at a higher pitch. Now I'll bring it back down here. Push that over to the right a bit. This noise I'm going to delete actually. It's a little bit too short. I want it longer. So let's go over to our loop browser over here. And I'm just going to search in like lasers, because there's like a lot of lasers happening in this type of music. Let's use that one over there. Let's bring that in. Maybe I'll add in some reverb on this. We'll just use Logic stock reverb. We'll go to Reverb Space Designer. All right, what else do we need here? Maybe we'll just add in another drum kit. Let's see what Logic has for drum kits and try and figure out another sound here. Let's go to drum kit or electronic drum kit. Let's go to Crate Digger. want to layer up this clap. Could probably use this to layer up the kick as well. Let's do that. Create a new software instrument track, bring in another drum kit here. Go back to electronic drum kit. Let's go to snapback. All right, I think that can work on the second clap. All right, it's going to quantize that up. All right, now we just need some like hype stuff in the background. So I'm going to create a new software instrument track. And I'm going to go and bring it in, or go to Legacy, Jam Pack Voices. Let's go to Soloist. And let's go to Vocal Shouts, I think I'm looking for.
What's the combo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey yo, drop it low, 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 yeah, oh yeah, to the floor.
All right, maybe we do something like that. All right, it's going to quantize that up. All right, maybe we'll just leave it on that vocal shout right there. I think that's enough hype for this track, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, not much to it. Very simple melody, simple drums, and this would have been pretty fire back in the 2000s. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some Space Designers to fill this sound out a bit. Just to give it a little bit of some room there. And let's go ahead and start arranging this. Pretty much the beat. So this will be like the A part, this will be the B part, and it'll just loop itself. And maybe a couple instruments in and out, but that's the arrangement right there. All right, so there's a little bit of a live arrangement right over there. It'd be something like that. We missed out some of these sounds because I wasn't copying them over, but you get the idea. That is a early 2000s type of hip hop, R&B, pop type of beat. Just want to switch it up from all the trap beats that we do and give something that was popular about 2 decades ago. Crazy to think that. Anyways, if you do have any questions on this or you want to learn more about this era, definitely go ahead and listen to the music from the early 2000s. Simple, but really, really catchy, and really just the songs got stuck in your head. I'm going to go ahead and save this as a playback, put it below the like button in the description box below this video. But that's it for me. If you did like this video, my thumbs up and share it, and I will place a link to the Denise audio plugins I used in this video in case you want to check those out. That's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one. Later.